Welcome back to Say Something Nice to Search for Spooky Shit. Today we'll be looking at Kraven Manor.
Kraven Manor is a game brought to us by students from Guildhall, which is a top graduate video game program at SMU. It's like the video game version of the Pony Express.
After an alpha version caught the attention of one Pewds D. Pie, they figured they could self-publish, and the game was successfully greenlit on Steam. So, how did a student game become such a success? Well, let's take a look and find out.
Oh, holy shit. This game looks amazing. This is a student project? There's no way. How is that possible? Oh, right. God damn it. I gotta go in this big ass stupid house. What a stupid dare. Look at that stupid statue. This stupid hallway looks like a hotel. What? The statue ominously turns to face you when you aren't looking, and it's a cool detail that you might even miss right up front. And I mean, it turns to face you the second you break eye contact with it. This will elicit various responses, and your experience may vary. After you enter another room, you find a model that seems to match the one in the entryway, and you head on back.
And that is when things get dark.
Literally. The lights go out. It's really not that big a deal. That, on the other hand.
Well, that can't be good.
So as you may have guessed, the statue is more than just an ominous effect, and it's actually the antagonist of the game. We'll see it later, but for now, let's take this model over to the now open model in the entryway. Well, this is without a doubt the best part of this game. This game uses impossible space in such an interesting way. You attach rooms to the model, thus changing what's behind each door. It's a clever way to manage space and to confuse the player, and it raises so many interesting questions about the manor.
No! Never in a million years would I go down in some dark-ass cellar in some dumbass scary house in a place like this. Alright, fine, I am curious. Let's go down there and see what's up. What's the worst that can happen?
Oh, yeah, right. I'm trying, I'm sorry. Those damn kids down the street told me I could get king-size Skittles if I came in here. I mean, do you have Skittles? This entryway is brightly lit, wide open, and relatively quiet. Because of this, it serves as kind of a safe zone. Once you cross that threshold, you relax a bit. Now, you might think that such a place in a horror game would diffuse the horror aspect too much, almost like cheating, but actually, it's quite brilliant.
You see, in real life, you'd probably just hang out here for as long as you could or until morning, but this isn't real life, and the developers knew that. Part of the reason horror games can be so effective is because the player has to consciously decide to continue playing. This gives them some sense of responsibility over what's happening on screen, even if it's completely scripted. The slightest sense of control forces the player to project themselves onto what's happening in the game.
This safe room then serves two purposes. Its warm and welcoming embrace is so contrast to the horrors of the other rooms that it serves as a reminder that you don't have to be doing this. The character in story has no real motivation for continuing to explore the house. He or she could just huddle up in a corner and try to survive the night. Similarly, you the player could just close the game and be safe from seeing the horrors that await. But if you decide to leave that safety, you are constantly reminded of how bad an idea that is when you enter the other rooms. You are projecting your actions onto the character directly, thus you are more likely to care more about what happens, which makes you an easier target for scares. And it also serves as a place where this game turns into Dragon Ball Z. More on that never. Let's talk about the monster of the game. Mankind. Nah, I'm just kidding, it's the statue. Any good atmospheric horror game can be ruined by a bad antagonist, and thankfully that doesn't happen here. These statue monsters are actually pretty cool. They move only when you can't see them and make a cool sound when they're doing it. You could tell a lot of love went into this design. Just look at how the statues freeze in realistic poses that reflect various points a moving body would have to take. In larger rooms like this one, the monster teleports if you get too far away, which makes sense. It needs to be near you in order to pose a threat, so that's nothing special. What is special, however, is the sound it makes when it teleports. It's distinct from the sound it makes when it's just moving.
And why is that important? No, I'm asking you, why is that important? I really want to know.
It's important because of how deadly the monster is. Picture running around solving puzzles while trying to keep the statue in your sights. Suddenly, it teleports behind you and you're dead, and you have to start the level all over again. Frustrating, right? They must have tested out this issue, because the different sound alerts the player to stop what they're doing and try and locate the statue immediately. It's a brilliant fix to what could have been a serious problem. The monster does have some problems, though. On unlucky occasions, the statue teleports directly into your path, and on lucky occasions, you'll see it slide into frame just before it locks into position.
Safe!
But all in all, it's a pretty effective monster to face.
The game even sets up a nice story that you learn by picking up various notes and books along the way. There's no exposition or anything like that. Instead, the player is rewarded with exploring by finding these little story tidbits. And there are enough gaps in the story that the way you fill them in will be vastly different from the way I do.
The ending scene is well done, and it's well worth the effort to get to. Now, this game isn't entirely without its faults. It did not run super efficiently on my computer, and there were long loading screens between deaths. I did encounter a bug or two, including one where I fell out of world. The game was also super short, maybe an hour long. Now, while I appreciate that it told its story and did not overstay its welcome, it is $7, and $7 might scare some people away for an hour-long game. Also, to be honest, the story kind of jumped the shark toward the end. All of that said though, I can see why this game has been so successful. Clever storytelling, clever design, and clever gameplay all help to bolster a nice atmospheric game. You can tell a lot of love and care went into the making of this game, and you can't help but smile at some of the choices that these developers made. You know, I wonder if any of them got on to be successful. I really enjoyed this game, and even though it's only about an hour, I can think of worse ways to spend $7. Kraven Manor is pretty petrifyingly nice. Thank you for joining me, and remember, as always, if you can't say anything nice,
next time on Say Something Nice's search for spooky shit.
Hey, thanks for watching. Comment below and tell me what you think about this game. Have you played it? If so, what'd you think? If not, does it look like something you'd want to try? If you like this video and you want to see more, feel free to hit that subscribe button. And you can follow these links to a few of my other, more recent videos. Until next time.